So today is Pi Day 3.14. And so we're celebrating today with Pi. We've got Pi here in the building. If you hadn't heard, we have Pi that you could order and pick up today. Megan is actually over at the church helping to hand out pies as we speak. And later this afternoon, we'll be doing our Soups On program as well. So lots going on with Dane by Local today. Anyways, we'll begin with introductions here.
Good morning, I'm Britt Leach. I am the Executive Director for the Cottage Grove Chamber of Commerce.
Hi, I'm Paula Severson, Bank of Sun Prairie, and I am a Dane by Local board member and co-chair with Jason of the Education and Outreach Committee.
Hi, I am Katie Macklon. I am with UpNet Wisconsin, and I am a board of directors for the Cottage Grove Chamber of Commerce.
Hi, I am Sue Peck with Evolution Financial. I do financial planning and investment management.
Good morning, I'm Doug Worspo with Secure ID in Madison.
Good morning, I'm Brittany Graber, owner of ULA Eyewear. I'm on the board of directors and on the marketing committee for Dane by Local.
Good morning, I'm Nick Cry with Midwest Financial Group. The team Midwest Financial Group recently rejoined after years of not being involved, so I'm a new member. So.
Hi, I'm Teresa Pelletier. I'm with the Deerfield Coffee House. I am also a new member.
Yes, you are. Welcome. Good morning. I'm Kurt Fassard. I run a nonprofit called Reach a Child, and I'm on the Dane by Local Board of Directors.
Good morning. My name's Teresa Bentler. I'm with Family Tree Photography. Glad to be here. Been with Dane by Local for a few years now. Get your headshots taken today.
My name is Eric, and I run the foster program here at the Humane Society.
Thank you. I'm Chad Wensloff. I'm a music teacher, and I own music studios on the West Side. Studio Share is my company.
Hi, I'm Alyssa Freeman. I'm also a piano teacher. I do private and group piano lessons.
Good morning.
You're okay.
This is all right?
For Zoom.
Good morning. I'm Tom Olson with Vivalden Farm in Cottage Grove, where you can find all sorts of alpaca clothing from head to toe.
Good morning, I'm Jenny Olson from Vivalden Farm Alpacas.
Did we get everyone in the room? Oh, Lena and Jason, did you introduce yourself?
I am Tiffany Messenger from Lily's Magical Treats.
And I'm Lenaka, and I work with Dane by Local. And when we go to Zoom, I'm going to have Kayla Sipple do the introductions and moderate the Zoom introductions. So thank you, Kayla. And I think we're ready for you.
I think we're ready. Yep, go ahead.
Sure thing. My name is Kayla Sipple. I am the co-owner of South Central Landscapes. We are a landscape construction firm
Hold
based
on, Zoom. Hold on 1 second.
Are you ready?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. My name is Kayla Sipple. I am the co-owner of South Central Landscapes. We're a landscape construction firm based in Cambridge. So Julie, I will have you go next. Oh, Julie, you're on mute.
Sorry. Hi, I'm Julie Raj. I'm an artist and I run Artworks Wisconsin. We put on boutique art fairs.
Wonderful. Jeffrey?
Hi, I'm Jeffrey Afelt with Arcus Communication Design, and I'm a Dane by Local member and help primarily local nonprofit organizations and small businesses with website design and support.
And Jeff does all of our website maintenance for Dane by Local. So if you're looking for someone, Jeff's a great resource.
Josie?
Hi, I'm Josie Pradella, and my so-called business is Heartful Journey, which is end-of-life guide services.
Excellent. Shante? Oh, not sure if we maybe have you.
I'm here. Hi, my name is Shantae McCullum. I am owner of Endearment and Enrichment Unlimited, and I'm also on the board of directors.
Wonderful. Denise?
Good morning, everybody. I'm Denise Jess, the Executive Director with the Wisconsin Council of the Blind and Visually Impaired. Our mission is to promote the dignity and empowerment of people in Wisconsin living with vision loss through advocacy, education, and vision services. And we also run a small specialty store called the Sharper Vision Store on Williamson Street. I'm also on the board of directors.
Did we get everyone?
Yes, we've got everyone on Zoom.
Okay, great, thank you. Good job, Kayla. So give yourselves a big round of applause. So our presenting sponsor is Ula Eyewear, and now we have a word from our sponsor.
Looking for a new pair of glasses? It's Brittany from Ula Eyewear. As one of Madison's only local, independent, and family-owned eyewear stores, Ula has been connecting people with fun, unique, and stylish frames for nearly 25 years. With glasses, readers, and sunglasses for customers of all ages, you'll find a variety of frames to fit your style and price points to fit your lifestyle. So don't wait. Head to Ula Eyewear at Hillville Shopping Center and find your pair of glasses. Ula Eyewear, uniquely you.
Thank you, Brittany, for sponsoring the breakfast program. We appreciate that and helping us out along the way here. So our host is Dane County Humane Society, and Eric, who introduced himself before, is going to talk about your foster program that you have.
Do you want to tell them about the Facebook features that we've been doing for foster, where they can see animals that might need help?
Yeah, so we're also trying to sort of get word out there just to the general community, because our network isn't always able to take the dogs that need help. So quite often we're putting out Facebook features for animals in need. So you can see sort of a specific animal and sort of see their face and what they need. And if you ever see someone on there that strikes your interest, just give us a call or email and we'll get them to you.
Great, thank you, Eric.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Give him a round of applause. Doing great things here at Dane County Humane Society. We appreciate hosting the event for us once again today. So thank you, Sarah. All right, we were supposed to have Sherry from Community Shares here this morning to do a wrap up on the big share, but she had a little bit of an emergency, so she's not able to make it. So the big share, big, huge success once again this year. $650,000 was raised. They did a great job on that, and it's because of all of you that that was a success. So thank you, everyone, for your participation in the big share. It's a very important program that helps so many nonprofits across Dane County. So thank you for that. Britt from Dane County Chamber is going to be our next presenter here. Here's Britt.
Hi, good morning. My name is Britt Leach. I'm the Executive Director of the Cottage Grove Chamber of Commerce. If you're not familiar of Cottage Grove, we're about 7 miles that way. It's a wonderful community to live and to work in. I'm just coming up in about 2 years of being the director of the Cottage Grove Chamber. And if you haven't been to Cottage Grove lately, we are booming. Our economic community, our business community is rising. Our residents are rising. We're a little over 11,000 people between the town and the village of Cottage Grove. We're in a very exciting time right now. There's a lot of new development, a lot of new local businesses coming out there. And when I say local, I mean really local, like Dane by local businesses, small family-ran coffee shops, day spas, nail salons, hair salons, things that we did not have 10 years ago. I myself have been a resident there for going on almost 20 years, and we finally are in a place where we are growing and we are happy, and we can we can now do our business and our services in Cottage Grove, where in the olden days you had to leave. Cottage Grove was more of a sleeper community where you did sleep and you got up and you left and you worked outside of Cottage Grove and you went to all your things outside of Cottage Grove. So now it's finally on the rise. Our mission is to connect our members in the Cottage Grove community to help them grow and thrive together. And I'm fortunate that I get to do that every single day at my job. I'm very lucky that I get to see so many wonderful local businesses work together and help each other and support each other. My favorite part of my job is when I'm out in the community and I see restaurant owners eating at other restaurants, when I see bankers stopping at other bank institutions and saying hello or having a lunch meeting. I think it's really great that our community, and I'm sure many other communities in Dane County, work together and we keep each other up and support each other and continue to grow and thrive. We're a wonderful organization. We're very lucky to be part of Dane by Local. I've been a huge supporter of Dane by Local for many years in my previous jobs before being the director of the Cottage Grove Chamber. And so I just wanted to say hello and introduce myself. And if you get a minute, take a short drive out to Cottage Grove. We have wonderful restaurants and coffee shops. One thing we could use more of is retail stores. So if you or know anyone who has a retail shop, that's one thing that our recent market analysis that we did, we noticed that we are lacking retail stores. So we can eat in Cottage Grove, you can sleep in Cottage Grove at a hotel, you can go grocery shopping, you can go to a pharmacy, you can go to dental, all the things. But you can't really shop. There's not a whole lot of shopping out there. So I get a little jealous when I go into other communities and I drive down Main Street and see little boutiques and shops and things like that. We do have a few, and they're wonderful, but it's definitely something that we could maybe use a little bit more of. Any questions for me?
What about commercial space availability? How does that stand at the current time?
So we definitely have some. We definitely have units available for lease, and I'm pretty friendly with the brokers. So if anyone's interested in getting more information, we do have a new building that's in the process of being completed soon, that will occupy a Dunkin' Donuts and a Noodles and Company, and their space is available in that as well. We are one community bank is coming out to Cottage Grove. But we do have commercial space left. We also have lots available as well to build. So, okay. Yeah.
If someone was interested in opening a retail space, there is opportunity there to
absolutely
see that.
Yes, absolutely. Just just connect with me. You can just hop on our website, cottagegrovechamber.com. Otherwise, I'd be happy to answer any questions after the meeting. So,
thank you, Brett.
Thanks. Yeah.
So as you may recall, one of the pieces or elements of Dane by Local is collaboration. And that's what we like to do with the various business groups, including chambers like Cottage Grove Chamber of Commerce. And we've had a great relationship that goes back and forth between the two organizations, and we would like to foster that. So we do have a number of Chamber of Commerces that are members of Dane by Local. So we all work together, and we actually meet on a quarterly basis and strategize for the year coming up. So that's one of the things that the Passport program that we do during the holidays came out of that collaboration. So we'll continue to do that moving forward here. So we think about the holidays already, right? So, all right. Next, we'll have a word from our president, Kurt.
Good morning, everyone. And I know that a number of you were not able to join us for the introduction, so if there's a chance that we could maybe do another circle around the room, that would be awesome. But thank you, Peter and others that are joining us today. Britt, I'm just happy to announce that Ulla Eyewear is going to be opening up a location in Cottage Grove, right? So not sure if you're aware of that, Brittany, but yeah. Yes, and I am so pleased to share with you that I am wearing Ula eyewear glasses, and they're awesome. Yeah, thank you. So one of the things I'll do this morning is just to acknowledge that some of you are here today thanks to some referrals. And in your case, the Deerfield Coffee Shop was referred to us by Kathy Yurgis at the Cambridge Market, and I hope I pronounced her last name correctly. She's been just a great ambassador for the organization, and so thank you, Kathy, and welcome to Deerfield Coffee. Also, Nick Cry introduced himself earlier, Midwest Financial Group. That's a great organization that was introduced to us by Autumn Patrick, and I'll just say that this Midwest Financial Group is a combination of different areas of expertise, a number of business entities, if you will, but I would characterize them as having services that would be from, so fairly basic accounting and finance and bookkeeping, all the way up to very sophisticated estate planning, CPA, risk management, and the whole financial services spectrum. And it's an incredibly large group now as a result of those consolidations. I would also mention that Nick is a combat veteran. And so for Nick and for others in the room and on the call with us today, if you have prior military service, thank you. Then I also just wanted to share a quick story. When we have our board meetings and our executive committee meetings, we always start with this thing called a mission moment. And as Peter and Paula knows, the mission moment is really designed for us to kind of take a step back and to reflect upon why it is that we come to Dane County Humane Society at 8 a.m. on a Tuesday morning and do all the things that we do on behalf of Dane by Local. And I was thinking this morning about Patrick Reha. And Patrick has an MBA from UW-Madison. He's about my age, maybe a little younger. And Patrick decided after a very successful professional career in marketing and communications and events and things like that, that he wanted to open a restaurant. So 4.5 years ago, he opened the restaurant called Beef, Butter, and Barbecue. And personally, I love it because that's some of my son's favorite food. And so later today, I'll be heading over there and getting some more food from Patrick and his team. But he's had such an impact, not only with the restaurant, but they also have concerts in the summer. And he's just doing so many things for the community. And then 2 years ago, he decided that he would like to open up a pickleball facility. And so perhaps some of you have participated in pickleball with the business that Patrick put together or elsewhere. But you just think about this concept of the power of one person. And he's got this great restaurant. He's got these incredible outdoor concerts. He's got this pickleball venue. And so you add up the people that have been impacted by decisions that Patrick made and the risks that he took to do all these things. And it's hundreds, maybe thousands, maybe over 10,000, who knows? But to me, that is the essence of local business. If I probably won't come up with a good analogy, but if I was the local manager for Target, I'm not sure I'd have those same creative juices and the same commitment to the community the way that Patrick does and the way that Nick and his firm do. It's different. And so that's why I'm so honored to have any kind of a role, any kind of affiliation with Dane by Local, because you all are the ones that are making the impact. And so whether it's Patrick or Peter or Nick or Brittany or Sue or whomever, you all are getting things done and making this community better. And that's pretty cool. I never know what I'm going to say when I step up here. Oh, and Jason too. I mean, there's a guy that's making huge impact. Oh,
I'm saying I was with you on not knowing what I'm going to say most of the time.
I thought you were giving me the Oscar plug on that one, Jason. Anyway, have a great day. Thanks for being here, and back to you.
Great. Thank you, Kurt. All right, as Kurt pointed out, we did have a number of people that showed up after we went around, did introductions. So maybe can we get a microphone for those? So the microphone is for people on Zoom so they can hear you. So yeah, if you are going to be introducing yourself now, why don't you just stand up so we know who to pass the microphone to. So
Jack Herbert from Chai House. We import whole leaf teas from all over the world, particularly from the Republic of Georgia.
Good morning. My name is Jackie Aguilar, and I'm from Metcalf's Market.
Hi, Elise Peters with the City of Sun Prairie.
Hello, Alex Vitani. I'm with the Clean Lakes Alliance as our development director.
Laurie Logan. I'm with Wisconsin Women's Entrepreneurs and also Keller Williams Real Estate.
Kathy River with the Madison Brain Center and also with Wisconsin Women Entrepreneurs.
Tom Olson with the Walden Farm Alpacas in Cottage Grove.
I'm Autumn Patrick. I'm with Blue Plate Catering.
Peter Torella with the Borman and Clark Law Firm, and I'm your Dane by Local Secretary.
Al Curran with Curran Cabinetry and Design, kitchen and bath dealer using local Amish built cabinetry, and the first time I've ever been rewarded for coming late.
My name is Steve Herrick. I'm with the Interpreters Cooperative. We provide interpretation and translation in over 30 languages.
And I think we have at least one more addition on, maybe a couple of additions on Zoom as well. Kayla, can you jump back in and?
Yeah, sure thing. We will start with, I'm sorry, I don't know if this is your first name, but Van Nutt is your screen name on Zoom here.
Yes. Hi, I'm Van Nutt with Burn CPA. We provide competitive advantage for entrepreneurs. Happy to be here.
Excellent. And then I believe Denny is a new addition.
Yes. Good morning. I came in late also, so sorry about that. But anyway, I'm with a company by the name of Pulse Check Plus. We help people learn about CPR, first aid, and how to use automatic defibrillators.
Great. I believe Diane is also new to the Zoom. Oh, you're on mute, Diane. Just a heads up.
Hi, I'm Diane Everson. Our family publishes the Edgerton Reporter in Edgerton.
And Megan, I believe, is our final addition here.
Hello, I am Maggie from Audio for the Arts. We're a recording studio.
I think that's it on Zoom.
Great. Okay, I think we got everyone there. Thank you. We appreciate that. We'll go into our main presentation today, and that is Jason, who's been hopping around this morning, switching microphones and keeping all the audio and visual equipment working for us. Jason, as you may know, has a radio show on Saturday morning, Let's Get Local, on Civic Media. And if you have not been on that show yet, you should line that up today. Schedule a time to go on to the show. It's one of the benefits of being a member of Dane by Local. It's open to any one of you to be on the show, do an interview. Jason does a great job. And today he's going to give us some hints on how to be handling those interviews. So the title of his presentation is here, Raising Your Game on Promotional Interviews and Collaboration. Are you ready, Jason? All right, take her away.
I wanted to talk about interview opportunities, ways to maximize those things, and encourage you to take the opportunities for that. So we'll get into that. First of all, a little bit about me. I don't know, Colin mentioned the radio show. I also have a small business at Your Core Communications. I've been doing some video projects on the side. some other things. Now I just am recently starting a full-time position that I'm excited to talk about at the end of the month. So I'm going to keep that as a side business, but I've worked with Colin, Dane by Local, some others to create some video pieces that are customized to you. So if you're ever interested in that, you can hit me up. I'm also working on this idea called Go Local Wisconsin. So I created this as a podcast a couple of years ago, and then kind of got too busy with other things to really keep doing a lot with it. But the Facebook page kept growing and growing and growing. I think people just said, Go Local Wisconsin. That sounds good. Yeah, I'll like that. So I'm revitalizing that, and I've expanded to other platforms too, social media wise. So if you can check out Go Local Wisconsin, my idea there is to create a hub for local around the state to tell their stories and to learn about each other. So we'll go to the next one. I adopted the WI local guy kind of hashtag because it's one of the people that I work with kept calling me the local guy all the time. So I just went with it. Okay, enough about me. Let's get into this. Interviews. You should absolutely, if someone reaches out to you for an interview, you should absolutely say yes. If you can't do it, someone on your team, get them to say yes. There are opportunities to tell your story. Sit back, enjoy your coffee. Let's go over this stuff. Why are they important? What is the opportunity? It's you talking about your passion, about what your value is, about what you're doing with your life. And that opportunity to share in those formats isn't something we often get. You know, I think most of us have probably had the opportunity to be interviewed for an article of some sort, or maybe a TV spot, something like that. And you know what happens. You sit and you talk for a long time, and then they pick a little snippet here and a little snippet there, and that's what ends up going out to the public. With the way things have gone, we have a lot more opportunities to tell our stories from us, about us, talk about our passions. And I really want to encourage you that, because it expresses the value, expresses what makes you you. And it's an opportunity to get personal, to be brave, to be a little vulnerable, and share the story behind your business, your organization. Great way to connect and engage. People connect and engage with people. I might say that a couple times. They're going to remember you more than they'll remember your brand, your store, your business. You. Okay. Here's a key mindset. I talk to people all the time. Some of them come in to interview requests and they send me a message and they're like, okay, what are you going to ask me? What are the questions? What are we doing here? Okay. This is not a quiz. It's not a test. It's a conversation. And I also want you to think of it that way. It just puts you in a more relaxed mindset going into it. But we'll get into a couple of particulars that are helpful. But conversations, not quizzes, okay? Here are some simple, while they seem simple, sometimes not as simple to enact, but on their face, they are simple things to do. Some tips that are effective. Some people like to prepare. And I'm not going to tell you not to prepare. Kurt apparently doesn't. That's great, Kurt. But so prepare if you want. Yes, absolutely prepare, but don't over prepare. And please do not script or rehearse too much. Those things don't come off natural. People see through that. The conversation doesn't flow. Sometimes you and the conversation lead or the interviewer on the other side are kind of sitting back, not sure where to go next from there. That prepared statement that didn't really answer my question or didn't follow the conversation. So go into opportunities with a couple of key points you want to emphasize, you want to highlight, but don't overload in here. Don't get trapped in there. I've seen people do interviews and have all of their prepared things they wanted to say. And then as they're answering and expressing and talking about those responses, they're thinking about, wait, how was I going to say that? What was I going to say? What were the words I was going to use? They get stuck in their head and they're not present. And that comes across to the people absorbing that information. So prepare as much as you want. Don't over prepare. A couple of key points would be great. Be open to the conversation. You never know what avenues that can go down. And sometimes they're incredible avenues. Understanding your platform is important. Okay, we're in this world now with social media, with other things where we have all kinds of opportunities that are varied. So if you're on a podcast, you want to go in depth, you want to go really deep on something, go for it. Okay. But if you're doing a 5-minute interview with TVW or something like that, understand that you have that limited time frame. So adjust your answers accordingly. It's just something you have to kind of work with the time that you're allotted. And that is important because you want to have enough give and take. You want to have enough back and forth in these interactions. And lastly, and probably most importantly, don't be perfect. Don't try to be perfect. Just be yourself. That one's a hard one to give up on though. It also makes you more easier on yourself after the fact. If you go in and you prepared everything and you decided, I know everything I'm going to say, and then you missed one, then after the fact, sometimes you're like, oh, I should have said this. Oh, I should have said that. Okay. Enjoy the opportunity for what it was. Say that next time. Okay? Keep that with you. Also, these opportunities are great to promote your sponsors and partners. Ooh, if you're raising money, if you're doing an event, if you're highlighting other people, if you're a business trying to help lift a nonprofit and you've got people supporting that initiative, man, those sponsors and partners love it when you can find a way to work them into those interviews. So, and I will tell you, as a person who's interviewed a lot of people, not many people will just say, well, who are your sponsors for this event that made this happen? No, they're not going to do that. Most people aren't going to do that. So you've got to craftfully work that in, okay? And then get back on track. Simple phrases, you can just come right out of it and say, look, we couldn't do this without our incredible support from X, Y, and Z. So there's some different ways to do that, but that's a key point and a wonderful opportunity. Now I have to scold people. Just kidding. Okay, a couple of tech tips, right? I still see them. It's really difficult sometimes to hear videos or hear the sound when you don't have a dedicated microphone. We had this problem today. My microphones weren't working. People couldn't hear. No, but if you're doing something, some type of video piece, some type of audio piece, obviously the sound is really important, but the video pieces, the sound are also very important. I will tell you this, people will watch a less than stellar quality video that has good sound quality, but they will not watch a great looking video that the sound is bad. The sound is the most important thing. Isn't that weird? Video, you're thinking video, but no, the sound is the most important part. So we've all been in this Zoomable world. We've been Zooming. We've been doing things for years. We have headsets, a lot of us. We have USB microphones. We have things we can plug in to make our sound better. So use a dedicated mic whenever you can. Headsets are great if you're on virtual opportunities because it also takes away any echo issue. You might want to consider a wireless mic option. It saved me today. Actually, that's what I went to, was this small wireless mic setup that I got. It has a receiver, it has 2 transmitters, and I can do interviews with it really easily. Now, a quick beware item. I don't even think this has a brand on it. This is one to watch out for. These are fun. If you're buying a unit, wireless mics and a receiver, just check the price. If you go cheap, it's probably gonna have issues. This one did. This was like $30. I just wanted to test it out, see if it'd be good enough. It wasn't good enough, so I had to upgrade. Okay, where is it? It's the phone. Here it is. Everybody has these, right? You know what these are made for? These are made for, hey, I'm the most wonderful thing in the world. I want to take pictures of myself. I want to talk to people out there in the world, and I'm looking at myself while I do it. The best microphone pickups are on the selfie side, the screen side. I just saw an interview the other day. It was a great interview. It was a wonderful testimonial from someone talking about a person in the community who's amazing, glowingly about that person. The person was shooting the video, Facebook Live. They could see that person in their shot because they're looking at their screen. The person's on the other side. There's a bunch of noise in the room. You can't hear anything the person's saying. But you can hear this person asking the question. Great, like really good. Yeah, tell people how awesome I am. Wait, wow, oh man. So if you don't have a microphone, selfie side, selfie side, selfie side. And if you're going live, be ready. Facebook likes to trick you. Other things like to trick you. You know, you get that face where you're like, oh, I pushed the live. What's happening here? And then you make that great face to start off your live video, right? So we have your be ready face. As soon as you hit that live, be ready. And you might have to hold that pose for a while, right? Good for pictures. Doesn't help, right? Hold that pose. So get your ready face on and be ready. And then just remember, you've got, as soon as you go for a live option, you got to stay the direction you start. So a lot of times we're on our phone and we want to, oh, it's easier to like type in stuff here. We're putting something in it. No. If you want a horizontal video, start horizontal, stay horizontal. If you want vertical, start vertical, stay vertical. Okay. Just a couple of quick tips. Some things that I keep seeing. Okay, it's not moving now. I must have done something. Advance, please. Thank you. All right. Now it is time to talk about collaborations. You know you have to do it. If you don't promote your business, your organization, who's going to do it? It's easier when you work with other people. It's easier when you can find people that have synergistic relationships. You can give them a lift. You add value to their organization. They add value to you. And man, we can work together and do some fun things. Plus, it's more fun to talk with other people than talk to yourself or just sit there talking. Believe me, I know it. I'm doing it right now. It's not that fun, but I need to get this information to you guys. It helps with so many things, right? Look at this. Diversifies the content, your content. It's not just you and your people all the time. It's you and somebody else. Hey, this is nice for my audience. Who's this person? Oh, okay. More content for everybody with less work. You get more lift because they're circulating the information too, along with you. And you don't always have to be the idea generator. Like, sign me up for this stuff. Are you kidding? Good stuff, right? So I have a little task for you at the end of this. I'm going to encourage you to do, but anyway, these are really good things. All right, let's go over a couple of pieces. If you're going to do this, if you're going to say, I'm going to start having some conversations on social media with people, I might do it as a podcast. I might just do it once a month. I might do that something on social with maybe the business next to me or a nonprofit that I partner with, just so we're appearing together and we're lifting each other up. You need to still have a guide. It's not necessarily the interviewer, but somebody has to guide that conversation. So here's some quick tips for being the guide. The basics, the fundamental questions are still what everybody wants and needs to know. The who, what, when, where, and why. Why is the most interesting. Why gets us into the backstory, origin story, what you're about, your passions, but they still have to know who you're talking to, where they can find that person, what they do, and how they can connect with them. So always answering those questions, key thing to start with. Here's a fun tip that you learn in broadcasting. Sometimes you start recording something or putting out some piece that might be an interview, and you introduce people at the beginning. That's great. I'm talking with Brittany today. Ula Eyewear. She's talked to me before. That's nice. Even though I know she was a little concerned, right? You were concerned, but I said, trust me, and it went okay, right? Yeah, you were great. Okay. Thanks, Brittany. But then if I talk with Brittany for a while and I don't say who I'm talking to after a while, and somebody tunes in like halfway through, I'm like, well, that was a nice bit of the conversation I caught there, but I don't know who these people are. Okay. So one thing you learn is you can reintroduce that person. You can reference the person again, reference their website, give them some additional mentions and plugs. It helps the viewer, the listener, in case they tune in midpoint, but it also gives them extra plugs. They'll like it, right? And it helps with transitions. So you get through something, you're having this conversation, you're talking about a subject, maybe you want to transition to a new piece. Well, a great way is come out of that last response and say, I'm here with Lenica today of Dane Buy Local, talking about this. Lenica, why don't we talk about this now? Okay, it's an easy crutch. It's easy transition to fall back on. You don't have to be creative. Believe me, I use it all the time. It works great. Okay, now this got a little confuzzled between Canva and PowerPoint I see that is conversational inserts, not conversational inserts. But I'm trying to be polite here. This is interruptions basically, but let's call them conversational inserts, okay, to be polite, nice. Those can be gold. Those can be magic moments in the course of the conversation, an interview specifically. But you can't be one of those people who's jumping in all the time. It can be annoying. It can be annoying for the listener. It can be annoying for the other person. And it can derail them from what they were talking about. You don't want to do that. But there are some opportunities. If you're actively listening, which is the last piece of this tip, is the best piece, listening, that you can find that. And I have one, if it will work. Can we play it? We're going to try to play it. Let's do this. It's not on there? I'll share it with you. If we don't get it today, I'll share it with you because it's so fun. It was such a great insert from, I had a talk with Megan Frank of Madison Top Company. She was on the show a couple weeks ago. She said something that I never thought I would hear. And she just like rattled through. She was talking about this thing that I never expected to hear. And she just rattled through and kept going. And I was like, what? Hold on a minute. Did you just say this? And then her response and her follow-up was like, it was magic. It was gold. Okay. That's okay. I will share it. I'll make a post about it after today. How's that? Okay, that's content. Lastly, listening is so important. Oh my gosh, listening is the most important thing as a conversation guide. And I know it sounds simple, right? And people are looking at me like, why are you telling me to listen to people? How many times are you always listening when people are talking? I'm guilty of it too sometimes. Active listening as a conversation guide, the number one most important skill and tool. Okay, that's enough about all that. It's practice time, everybody. It's time to put some of these things in action. And as you do that, little networking, little get to know yous. So let's try this at your tables. Zoom people, I'll be with you in a second to orchestrate that. But let's try this at your tables or around your area to try the foundational questions. Talk to the person next to you. Lead in, ask them to talk to you about who they are, what they do, why they do it. And if you're feeling really frisky, you might try a transitional phrase in there. So we're going to give you a few minutes to the room to network and expand. If you're not sitting next to someone, get a little closer so you can hear people. Okay? I'm checking with the people on Zoom. I'll be back to finish. Zoomers, can you hear me? Give me a thumbs up. Okay. All right, everybody on Zoom. Can we try this one at a time? Can we have somebody take the lead on this? Kayla, are you back around? Megan maybe wants to. Anybody want to take the lead on unmuting and selecting a person? Or I could do it to each of you, but I want you to practice it. Anybody feeling brave?
Sure.
All right. Who is that from? Is it Van?
That was Van, yeah.
Van. Okay, Van, I want you to ask Diane some simple questions about who she is and what she does.
Hey, Diane, how are you doing today? I can just barely hear you. I'm sorry, and I really want to hear your answers.
You hear me now?
Yeah. Yes. So where are you calling in from today?
I'm calling in from Edgerton. Our family publishes the local weekly newspaper, the Edgerton Reporter, and I'm very happy to be a part of Dane by Local. I've been a part of it for several years now, and I find it to be a wonderful organization.
That's great to hear, Diane. How long has the family been doing the paper there?
A long time. Actually, the Wisconsin Newspaper Association believes our newspaper is the oldest continuously published paper in the state. There are older papers, but they were such as Green Bay and some Milwaukee papers, Prairie du Chien. However, there were gaps in months or years of their publishing. And my parents bought the paper in 1951. And so we're in our 72nd year of publishing the newspaper. I'm a second generation publisher.
Wow. What kind of challenges have you seen in the last, I don't know, 10, 20 years?
Well, the newspaper circulation has declined over the last few years, and we had a real dip during the pandemic, revenue-wise, because many of our businesses were closed or in very limited circumstances. But things are turning around now. I see the economy getting better, so I'm optimistic that this year is going to be a lot better than the last.
Well, let's hope. Now, are you print only, or do you have an online presence as well?
We have an online newspaper, which is just the PDFs of the paper. We're interviewing newspaper web vendors to create an information site for our community. And I feel I need to giddy up to do that sooner rather than later, because someone else might create such an information source. We need to be more than the newspaper. We need to be the information source.
Tumblr is our biggest thing, but we.
Wow. So you got a lot going on. Have you seen a lot of growth in Edgerton?
Oh, we have tremendous growth, but it's not helping our business community. We're in a growth corridor between Madison and Rockford. And so all the communities along the interstate are growing, Janesville, Beloit, as well as Edgerton. In the last 5 years, we have 21 new subdivisions in our school district, several with several hundred homes, and the homes are selling to 2-income households where one spouse works one direction and the other may work another direction, maybe towards Madison, the other one towards Milwaukee or Janesville or Beloit. So there's shop where they work, and so it's a challenge for the businesses to reach them. We have found that if they have kids in our school system, we have a good chance of getting them as subscribers. But otherwise, they're really unidentifiable right now.
Well, it's one of the challenges with growth, but you are in a great place for that. And I'm going to thank you for your for sharing your thoughts. And it was a pleasure meeting you this morning.
Well, thank you very much. You're a good interviewer.
Thank you. Next. Somebody else going to give it a shot here?
I'll interview someone. Can you hear me?
You're coming through loud and clear, Megan.
All right, Megan, I will be happy to be interviewed by you. This is
Cool.
Kayla.
Hi, Kayla.
Hey there.
Hey. Well, I just want to introduce myself real quick because my name is showing up differently on the Zoom. I go by Maggie from Audio for the Arts. What company do you work for, Diane?
Oh, sorry, this is Kayla. Did you want to interview me or?
Oh, sorry, Kayla. I just heard
It's
your
all
name
good.
wrong.
It's all good, no worries. Well, nice to meet you, Maggie. My name is Kayla Sipple. I am one of the owners at South Central Landscapes. We are a landscape design build company located in Cambridge, which is about 20 to 30 minutes due east of Madison. We primarily focus on hardscape installations, so things like retaining walls, paver patios, outdoor kitchens, kind of things in that scope. And just following up on something that someone else in the room had to say earlier, I was referred to Dane by Local from Kathy Jurgis, who is the owner of Cambridge Market. So she has referred a handful of people to Dane by Local, which has been phenomenal. And I am happy to be here today.
Cool. What has Dane by Local sort of done for you and your business, or is it more just what you put into it that you get out of it?
That's a great question. I think with any group, there is certainly the aspect of you reap what you sow. I have not been as present lately with Dane by Local as I would have liked to be. In the beginning, when we first joined, I did really make I actually joined during the pandemic. So that whole time, I did not have the opportunity to attend any in-person events or meet anyone. So it was kind of all over Zoom, which was great. But I have gotten a lot of value.
2 minutes remaining.
Gotten a lot of value out of the
Yeah.
group. I've actually done 2 interviews with Jason. And they are a little scary at first if you don't have a lot of experience with interviews, but I think that has been great press for my company, so that's kind of awesome.
Well, cool. I can't wait to keep my eyes peeled for your landscaping projects. Is what's the landscaping company called again?
It's called South Central Landscapes.
South Central Landscapes. Well, thank you, Kayla, for talking to me.
Yeah, well, thank you so much. Great to chat.
Yeah. Maybe I ended that interview too soon because we still have time, but
that's okay. I figured we were at the tail end here, so all good.
Okay.
And somebody would throw in a commercial anyway, so you're good.
There you go.
As you were, Maggie, as you were interviewing Kayla, I thought that, what an opportune time to really have the energy of the seasonal aspect coming up for folks, insert some energy into the conversations. So, springtime, people are starting to plan for their gardens and things like that. And so just kind of attending to that, what time of year is this, like one of their busiest seasons, and kind of riding that energy a little bit.
That's a great point. And I have used that to capitalize on the interview timing. So the last 2 that I've done with Jason have been in, I think between, I don't recall the exact dates, but it's been around March, April, May, kind of that time frame. So this is typically our busiest time of the year. So it is, if you can kind of muster up the courage to do it, I would totally recommend. Jason is a great interviewer, and he really does make you feel relaxed. So it's a great opportunity if you guys haven't reached out to Jason to schedule an interview. I had a great experience.
Okay, I'm gonna attempt to regain your attention if I can. I'm trying, but I don't dance. I do not dance to get attention, and I shouldn't dance for any reason, actually. Most people that have seen me dance can attest to that. Lena could tell you. You've never seen me dance, and you don't want to, trust me. No, you don't. Okay, we come back. Lenica has informed me that the gold moment, one of the gold, there's so many gold moments, that we can actually hear this now, so we're going to give it a shot and hear an example of kind of those conversational inserts and how they can create gold. Okay, let's hear.
Tumblers is our biggest thing, but we can engrave a single pen for you, if not a bunch of pens. We just started making custom cutout keychains, so we can cut a keychain out to your logo, your shape, your pet's face. whatever you're kind of wanting to make happen, we can
Did you
make
just
happen.
say your pet's face? Is that what you said?
Oh, yes, Jason. I am in the works. We have some office pups, so whenever you come into the showroom, there will be a dog or two to greet you. And I have been working on getting a custom keychain and fridge magnet with my pet face printed on it and then cut out to the shape of the dog's head. And so that is
That's
something that we
fantastic.
can also do because I wanted it, so I'm making it happen. We make my dreams come true as well, Jason.
I mean,
Tumblr is our biggest
she
thing.
was the gold there, right? Because the stuff she said after was fantastic. But she was just ready to like rattle through all that. I'm like, wait a minute. You just said you're putting your pet's face on something? Like that's not something I would anticipate going anywhere and saying, can you put my pet's face on this item that you're going to make for me? Anyway. Madison Top Company, yes, fantastic to work with. There's so many good members there. Madison Top is one of them. They're also presenting sponsor of the Shop Local Tour. One of the sponsors of my radio show. Like, yeah, I love Madison Top. Yes, 49 years. Yeah, big time. Big time. Family-owned business, been in the family the whole year. This is like Megan, who I was talking about there, is I want to say fourth generation. So, yeah. Good stuff. Okay, we'll wrap up here. I got a couple quick things and then over to Colin for some announcements. This is not advancing again. Ask you to advance, please. Thank you. Go again. I look like that when I dance. Okay, couple of things here. Just kidding. My vertical is really doesn't last long. These are encouragements. These are suggested items for you to try over, pointed on the right side. But in general, I just encourage you to take opportunities, seek these opportunities to tell your story. Talk about what you do, why you do it. If nobody else wants to hear it, I'll listen to you. Like, come on my show. It's an opportunity that big companies don't have. Like, you don't have a regional, state, national to answer to before you can say something or tell your story or talk about your business, right? That's a powerful opportunity for local, independently owned organizations and businesses. Use that. Use that. Because in the end, people connect with people. They don't connect with brands. They don't connect with the big bullseye. Like, yeah, you can brand stuff. That's great. But at the end, what they'll remember more is the people, the story, you, why you do it. So be authentic, be brave, build that encouragement and trust and engagement. Okay, number one action item. Contact me about being on the radio show if you haven't yet this year. It's a free Dane by Local member benefit. Some would say it's a benefit, at least. Be on the show. I'd love to talk with you. We can do it by Zoom. We can do it by phone. You can meet. We can do it in person. We can record it in advance. Whatever works for you. I'm happy to feature you on the show. Talk with businesses, nonprofits, anybody involved. Okay, any member. Make a list. Now, maybe you're already working with collaborative partners. You got some people set up that you love to work with. Great. If you haven't yet, make this list. They're all new to you. Make a list of 5. That's what I would advise. 5 new potential partners that you can collaborate with. Identify all the people associated with you, whether that's, if it's a nonprofit, who is on your board that can also speak for your organization. If it's a business, who on your team can represent you publicly, can represent you and take those opportunities. So when someone comes to you and offers you the opportunity to be interviewed to talk about your business, you can always say yes. Don't say no. Don't say, oh, I'm too busy, I'm gone that weekend. Okay, who do I got? Who's my people? Who can do it for me and represent me? I'm not gonna say it again. Selfie side, did I say it enough before? Don't try to be perfect, be yourself. Okay, last bit. If you want to connect with me, man, I would love it to help me build this Go Local Wisconsin piece. Go to Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Instagram, TikTok, YouTube are all newer, so they're very small, not a lot there yet. Help me build it up. And if you want to connect with me otherwise for the show or for At Your Core, AYCcommunications@gmail.com. Okay, that's all I got. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, Jason. We appreciate that. make sure to reach out to Jason to schedule a time that you can set up an interview with the radio show in the coming weeks. So we've got a number of things coming up that I just want to point out to you here. You may have noticed we've got the photo booth set up in the back. That is for headshots. So if you would like to have an updated headshot, today is your day. Just $75 to do that. Teresa from Family Tree Photos here to accommodate that. I think you've already done 1 or 2 photos already. So Teresa's your point person for that right after the presentation this morning. At 9:30, we will have a member orientation right here, right at the front of the room here. So if you'd like to have an update as far as benefits are concerned to being a member of Dane by Local, here's your opportunity to get updated on that. Soup's on. So you probably have heard about this throughout the course of the winter. Been ordering soup each Wednesday through Saturday with pickup on Tuesday afternoon. Ula's is one of the sponsors of Soup's on. Thank you, Brittany, for that as well. We appreciate that. We have 2 weeks left. So there's a pickup today and then 2 more weeks to place orders through the end of March. And then we will take a hiatus for the summer, start again in the fall. So make sure you stock up on your soup here the next couple of weeks. Put it in the freezer. And the Shop Local Tour. So this is a series of tours taking place throughout the year through November, basically once a month. The next one is coming up next week, March 22nd. Yeah, boy, I didn't get enough sleep last night. So food is the theme for the next tour for next week. I think there are 5 seats left. We're going to give away 2 this morning. Somebody in this room will get 2 tickets, but beyond that, we have 5 tickets left, right, Lenica? Yep. We had this big, long discussion about it yesterday, how many seats we have left. So if you'd like to participate, that's your opportunity to do so. As far as the Shop Local Tour is concerned. And then the next one will be Gallery Night, which is May 5th. That'll be our next tour that we'll be participating in. And there's a theme for each one of the tours moving forward. So make sure you check that out and hop on the bus with us to have a good time there. So why don't we give away those 2 tickets to the Shop Local Tour. Do we have, Tom's got the bin there. Did everyone get their entries in the container? If not, raise your hand, stick a business card in there. I think you did a pretty good job there, Tom, collecting everyone. All right, so there you go. So this will be for 2 tickets for the Shop Local Tour. There we go. Congratulations. Yeah, we'll work that out with Lenica. All right. Okay, so then we have 3 certificates for a new organization that we're now part of, Local Business Institute. It's a nationwide buy local, it's a trade organization for buy local groups from around the country. We just joined as a member. We're actually a charter member of this organization. They have a number of video training courses that you can benefit from. So the regular price is $199. Because Dane by Local is a member, all of you can get these courses for $99, except today, I'm going to give 3 of them away. So course number 1 will go to Kathy. Kathy, just come on up here and we'll get your certificate to you. Who's number 2? Elise, there we go. Elise, our new board member. So thank you, Elise. You can come on up front here and get your certificate. And the third one Whoop. There we go. Come on up front here. All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Do me a favor, introduce yourself to one person you don't know before you leave today, and make sure to buy local. Thanks, everyone.